One, if you remember, we told let me show you here. Like somewhere we have this filtering. Filtering means by using the passive, by making the passive interface, we can filter the traffic. We block that one completely. We block. But example, imagine if you want to block only one route, not all route, because when you make the passive interface, it will block all routes. Just now what we check here, when we enable the passive interface this side, this router is not getting all the routes. But imagine if you want to block only this route 1.1.1, not this all other routes. So what we can do, we can use the distribution list. OSPF filtering is nothing but we need to filter some traffic. So how we can filter this one? By using the distribution list. We have different method also. That method we are going to learn in the NRC, the other paper of the CCNP in NRC. We are going to learn that one. We will create the route map and we will apply and policy map. We will do that one. But here we will use the distribution list to control that one. So what we can say, distribution list is used to control the routing update, either coming or going, that is coming to the router or leaving to the router. So generally we will create one distribution list and we will block the route. Some route we can block, or maybe whatever route is coming to our routing table we can block, or whatever routes we are giving, that also we can block depending upon the requirement. We use the distribution list. Distribution list is not single thing is blocking the route. We need to use the ACL. We need to use the ACL to select the traffic. Depending upon that selection, we will block that one. So what we will do, we will select the traffic. Example I will show you what I will do here. I will select the traffic. ACL we will do in coming classes. Detailedly we will do. I think in our syllabus we have ACL. But for this lab purpose, even if you don't know, no worries. Later we are going to do the ACL. We learn ACL in our CCNA level already. But I think here also we have ACL. Yeah. Here we have configure and verify infrastructure security feature ACL. So here also we have the ACL, but later we are going to do the ACL. Now we will use some basic ACL in our lab. So what is that one? Just we will write IP access list. Okay. Standard. We are using the standard. We can give any name. I am giving as a filter. And I am saying that ACL block this host. I am saying deny host this IP, whatever host IP. Host means single IP. I am saying I want to block this single IP. Then I am saying permit any, because ACL is going to execute from the top to bottom. Let me give you some overview. See here, ACL we are going to do in detail later. But now just remember, ACL we are used to permit or to deny or to select the traffic. We use ACL to permit or deny or to select the traffic. We are using the ACL. Whenever we create the ACL, it will execute from the top to bottom. Example, you create ACL is having the number 10, LAN number 10, LAN number 20, LAN number 30, LAN number 40, LAN number 50, like this. So ACL is going to work from the sequential order from the top to bottom. So first it will execute the 10, then 20, whatever number available, they will execute in this order. If here match is found, he will not check the other thing. Just he will leave this ACL here. If match is found here, he will leave the ACL. And by default, we have here deny. So if you want to allow any traffic, you need to write permit IP any at last. So this is just overview for the ACL. We learn in the CCNA level this one. So now we are going to use that one only. So what we are doing here, we are writing IP access list standard. We have two types of ACL, standard, extended. When we go for this topic, we are going to discuss in more detail, but now just remember I am using one ACL, standard one. Here I can give any name. I am giving the name as a filter, and then I am saying deny host. This host I want to deny. Then I am saying permit other host, and I need to go inside the OSPF, and here I need to write distribution list and whatever the ACL name, that name here, and it is applying inside or outside. If traffic is going into the router, example this is a router, if traffic is going into the router, then we will write in. If traffic is leaving to the router, then we will write the out here. So this way we will apply. So with this distribution list, we can filter the traffic. If your manager told block the 2.2, you can use here 2.2.2. So 2.2.2 routes will be blocked. So this way we can do the filtering. So let's do this one. I have this topology. When we do, you will have more idea. So I will start this router. What we are doing, we are filtering the traffic. How we can filter? We can use the route map, policy map, we can do that one, but later we will see that in the NRC. Here distribution list is sufficient to block the route. So what we will do, we have the 3 router, we need to use the configuration. So let me create the new notepad. Here I will say save. Okay, so here let me give the name. What is the name of this lab? This lab name I will give OSPF Filtering. Okay, OSPF Filtering. And here what I can give, I can write R1 configuration. And here same thing as we do from long time, configure T, host name, whatever the host name, and then whatever the interface F0 by 0, and we need to assign the IP address 192.168.12.1 255.255.255.0, and don't forget to write no shut. Then we have the interface loopback 0 or loopback 1. Then we can write IP address, whatever IP we are planning, 1.1.1 and 255.0.0.0, because here /8 means only one time 255. So this is a R1 configuration. If you want to enable the OSPF, we will write router OSPF 1, then interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0, then we will write IP OSPF 1 area 0. Okay, and if you want to enable in the loopback 1, you can do same thing, and you can write IP OSPF 1 area 0. That's all. Okay, this is a R1 configuration. Now we need to do for the R2. So let me copy paste all the thing and we can modify here. So what is the configuration here? I can write here, this is a R2 here, this will be R2 here, and here also R2, and here should be 2. And if you see here, do we have any interface here? We don't have any loopback, so no need for this one and no need for this one. Okay, only this is the configuration for R2, but we have one more interface, this one. So I will copy this and I will paste this here. Let me paste here, and then if you see fast Ethernet 1 by 0. Okay, so I will write here fast Ethernet 1 by 0. This should be 23. Okay, so if you see interface fast Ethernet 1 by 0, IP address 192.168.23.2 255.255.255.0, no shut. And this one I will copy. This is the OSPF configuration. I need to enable to this interface also, so I will copy this one, I will paste this here. Okay, so this is a R2 configuration. Everything is good, no issue. Now we can go for R1 configuration. So R1 configuration I will copy and now I will paste, so we can modify this as a R3. So this is a R3 configuration, this is also R3 configuration. Here should be fast Ethernet 0 by 0 should be 23.3. Okay, 23.3, and we don't have any loopback here. We don't have here any loopback, so I will remove this, and we don't have this one. Okay, so this is the basic configuration of OSPF, just assigning the IP address and putting that interface in the OSPF. How we done? We use the interface method. If you want to use the network method, you can use the network command and you can enable the OSPF. That also network ID, wildcard mask, area 0, same thing you can do that one also. Okay, so now I will go here, I will start this router, I will take the console of this one, I will write no here, and then I will go to the other router, I will go here also, I will write here no, and then we will go for the other router. Let me go for the other router and I will write here also no. Okay, so now we can copy and paste the configuration. So let me go here in the R1. This configuration is good, I will copy, and now I will go to the R1. Let me make this big. Okay, and now I can paste the configuration. I am pasting the configuration. If you see here, everything is good, no issue. Yeah, no issue, no error. So this R1 is good. Now we will do for the R2. If you see from here to here, I will use for the R2 also. Where is the R2? This is the R2. Let me make big and I will paste the configuration here for the R2. R2 I paste the configuration here. So R2 also no error, nothing. Now we will take the configuration copy as a R3 from here to here, and then I will go in the R3 and let me make this big. This is a R3. We will paste the configuration in the R3 and we will wait. Okay, So everything is good. Now we need to wait and check we are getting the routes or not. We need to wait and we need to verify we are getting the routes or not. So what we are doing, we are configuring the OSPF by assigning the IP address, and then we are enabling the OSPF on the interface. Okay, so what is the procedure? As per our procedure, we need to define which route we want to filter. If you see here, this one is passive interface. Let me open the filtering. So procedure, what is the procedure? First we need to check, define what routes you want to filter, create the ACL to filter traffic, and create the distribution list, reference ACL, define the direction, and verify that one. So we need to do this one. So first thing, we will check we are getting the routes or not. I will write show IP route. Okay, so we are getting the route 1.1, or if you want, I will write show IP route OSPF. So if you see, we are getting the routes, two routes from the OSPF 1.1 and 12.0. This one we are getting. And now example, if your manager told you to block the route, which route your manager told you to block? Example, he told block the 1.1.1. You are getting here 1.1.1. Okay, if you see here, this one you are getting the 1.1.1 in the R3. You are getting 1.1.1 in the R3. Your manager told this R3 he don't need. So what we will do, we will first of all we will create the ACL IP axis list. Okay, axis list, and we are using the standard, and we can give any name. I will give filter, F filter. So now I created one axis list. In this one I need to say deny. I need to deny only single IP, so I will give single host. And what is the IP? 1.1.1. Okay, this one. And I need to permit, because when you deny you need to permit. If you did not permit, it will deny all. So permit any. So I say other thing permit. So this way I created the ACL. Now what I need to do, I need to go in the router OSPF 1, and I need to say distribute, let me write here distribution list, and we need to give the name, ACL name. If you remember, we created this name for ACL, so I will write that one filter. After that, this is input or output. If you see here, this is input or output. I will show you. We are doing here. Okay, we are here. So this is input, right? Because it is going inside the router, so we need to write input. So what I will do, I will write here in, and press this one. Now we can check, we will not have that route. Let me check. See, we don't have that one now. We have only one. Before we have the 1.1.1 also. If you see, before we have this one also. This one. But now we have only one. So let me copy and paste this configuration from here. We create it from here, and at last we apply here. Okay, this is a configuration. So what I will do, where we done in the R3, because your manager told R3 should not receive. So let me paste and remove from here, so easily you can understand this one. Okay, and this no need for this, and this is the deny we are saying, and this one no need, and we say permit any. Let me remove this. We say permit any. Okay, and then we will go inside the router OSPF 1, and then we will say distribute list, distribution list filter. Okay, so let me do here this one. I will remove this all. Okay, so this is the configuration, only this one, because it is going inside to the router, so we will write in. If it is going outside, then we will write out. That's all. So what we done, we filter the route. We filter this route. Example, if you have two, if you have one more. Example, if you have here, 1 minute, let me write here. If you have one more, like you have here, let me create and show you. Example, in the R2, I will go here, R2, R1, I will go here, I will create interface loopback 2. Okay, I create loopback 2, I will give IP address, IP address 2.2.2.2 255.0.0.0, and then I will write router OSPF 1. Okay, and then interface loopback 2 IP OSPF 1 area 0. Okay, we done this way. And now if you check here, you will get that root also here. Okay, if you see here, you have the root 2.2.2. but if your manager, if they ask to block this one also, then again you need to do what you will do. You will go here, we will first delete. I will say no IP access list standard filter. Okay, now I will create the new one, IP access list standard filter, whatever name you want to give, filter. And then after that I will write deny host 1.1.1.1. okay, and then I will write again same thing here. I will write 2.2.2.2. okay, because already it is present, that's why it is giving the existing rule in the sequence 20. Access rule cannot be configured at the higher sequence. So let me remove, because in the OSPF we have that one also. Let me go and remove that one. What I can go, I will write here config t router OSPF 1. I will write here no distributed. Let me write here distributed list. What we give the distributed list? A filter, I think, filter in. So I will go here, I will write no. So I can remove that one. If you want, we can check also. We can check and we can clear that one. Show run, and let's go and clear that. Let me check show run. What we have here, we have deny IP. okay, permit command is also there. So let me remove this first of all. This whole thing we need to remove. So what I will do, I will go here, no IP access list standard filter, no deny 1.1.1.1. it is not there, or I think I remove already. Let me check again. I will do show run. Now we don't have, right? Everything is removed. Okay, now everything is removed. So what we can do, we can go here in the configuration, we can write IP access list I can use the extended also. If I want to use extended, I can use extended. Example, I will give the name ABC. okay, I can define here deny IP, deny host this one. Let me check. Deny here, what he is giving, protocol. If I use the extended, I need to define the protocol. So no need to use the extended, because I want to define only one IP. So protocol, if you know the protocol number 89, OSPF is using the protocol number 89. So we can give that one also. OSPF deny OSPF host 1.1.1. okay, and then it is not taking. Better use standard one. If you want to use extended one, that we will use for the services, but here we are not using services, so I will use the standard one only. Let me remove first of all what we created, else we will have that one here, else we will get the error. So let me remove that one. What we will say here, do we have here or not? Yeah, we have this. So let me remove the extended one. I will say here no, and this one. Now I remove. So let me create the standard simple one. Just we need to show how we can filter. So no need to create the big one, so we can define multiple services. Now here only we need to block only one IP, so it is better we do use the simple one. anything I can give. I can give the ABC IP access list standard APC. I can say deny. Okay, what I need to deny? One host, deny host 1.1.1.1. okay, and I need to deny one more thing. I need to deny again another host 2.2.2.2. okay, and then what we need to do? Permit. I need to permit all the guys, so permit any. Okay, so now this one is done. Now I will go in the router OSPF1, and then I can write here distributed DIS distributed list. And what is the list name? I give here, I think ABC, right? This one. So I will take this one, I will put ABC I will write, then in. So I will write in. That's all. Okay, so what I am doing, I am blocking the two services. We need to look which ACL will help us, because if I use the extended one, this is the extended one just now which I am trying to use. But when you use the extended one, you will have the many option there. Like when you say deny, you need to write deny, then you need to write the protocol, then you need to write the host, destination host IP, then again source host IP, then destination host IP, then equal to which protocol. So it will be long, so it is better not to use the extended one for this lab, better to use the standard one. So when you practice the ACL, you will learn which ACL will work where we can use that one. Okay, so now let's see, are we getting that route or not? We are not getting. Okay, but before, if you see here, before configuring this one, we are getting that route. I think somewhere here, let me check where we looked just now, here or here we are getting 2.2. okay, but now if we go here, we are not getting 2.2 as well as 1.1. so what I done, just I deny, follow this one only. If you see, just we create the access list. Okay, standard one. Why standard one I use? Because in standard one directly I can define the host. If I use the extended one, they will ask you deny, protocol number, then host, destination, source IP, source IP, then destination host IP, and equal to which port number. So that will be very lengthy, but here we don't want to block the particular services, just I want to block the route, so I use the standard one. I say deny host this IP and permit IP any. So this statement is present before, that's why we are getting the error. So what I done, I remove everything, then I put this one deny. If you do here, like example, if you permit and then again you write deny like this, it will not accept, because you are saying first you are saying permit any, after that again you are saying block 2.2. so this will not work, you need to move this up. So what I done this way, I move here, so this way I move up, so that then it is start working. Okay, and this will remain same, whatever name here, you need to put that name here. And this is a new network we created, so we can add this network in the R1, because we created in the R1. So you can write here interface loopback 2, and you can write here IP address, and that will be the IP, and 255.0.0.0, and here this will be remain same configuration, only you will change as a 2 here. Okay, so this is the, what we can say, this is the OSPF filtering. With this way we can do the OSPF filtering. Let me stop.